Do you want to know what I think is really stupid in interviews? It's when people ask really dumb questions. Questions like, can you explain the gap in your resume? Well, can you explain the reason you had 2 rounds of layoffs last year? Yeah, it's because we're in a bad economy. That's probably the same reason the person has a gap on their resume. Or maybe you could explain the reason you furloughed your team in 2020. Maybe it's because we went through a global pandemic. But even with everybody knowing what's happened in the last 4 years, people still ask questions like that. Or even better, when a startup that is less than 2 years old starts asking candidates, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Your company hasn't even existed for 5 years. Why do you care where that person is going to be in 5 years? It's like sometimes with interviews, people literally Google, what are some interesting interview questions to ask? And then they ask those questions instead of actually looking at the job and figuring out exactly what they need to know whether or not the person is going to be a fit for the role. I think some of the people interviewing actually need training on how to interview.